In today's video, we're gonna go from old tattered laces to new shiny fancy laces. Welcome back to Road Reality. Like I said in a previous video, it's time for winter projects. I've got my overhead camera rig. We've got the Nikon here with the top-down view. So I'm gonna show you how to make your own boot laces without any special tools. Pretty fun, right? Anyway, this, oh my goodness, this is bad, right? Look at this. It's got that white spot there. It's getting ready to give up the ghost. It's no fun. We don't need laces like this, so get that garbage out of here. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna put these aglets on some of this paracord here, and then we're good to go, right? So I've got my blue paracord, and I already did the one I showed you, but here's a little close-up. Look at this. And then we've got a little electrical tape on the outside of them, and I'll explain it along the way. But look at that. Yeah, that's a nice little aglet. And I've got 3 kinds of pliers here and my lighter, and we've got our aglets, and I'll put Amazon links to all this stuff in the video description. But I did a couple of test runs. You can take a look here, and you can see that we're gonna get a pretty good result. This one's not good. This one was much better. That result was good. And then I sort of butchered one up. So I'm gonna teach you a couple of ways to avoid doing that, because that's not great. But I've got cutting pliers here, and I've got needle nose pliers, and then I've got these fat ones. And if you notice, I've got foam zip tied on them, right? It's kind of silly stuff, I'll admit. But this allows us to get like different pressures and smoothly crimp the aglets onto the paracord. So let's get started. This is just too much fun, right? And then there's a candle back there. Where is it? Over there for ambiance. We gotta have our ambiance. But anyway, we've got our paracord here, and I just unwrap a little bit of it, and we need to get the same amount as before. So we're gonna make a lace, and at the end I'll do all the laces and put the lace in the boot and all that stuff. But we're gonna need like, I think 3 or 4 of these. There, that should be enough. We've got my ends, and we're just gonna go zip, zip, zip along. Try to make sure it's about the same length. Not too difficult. This is pretty easy, right? And if I shake the camera, it's because I don't have the world's perfect setup, but it's good enough. All right, so that's about where we need to cut it, and I'm gonna cut it a little bit long. So I'm just gonna cut it right there. And it might take a couple of cuts, and don't pull on it. Oh my goodness, don't do that. I did that earlier, and it just ruined the stuff. Okay, now we've got our ends, and I've got a little mat here. It's a heat resistant deal. We're gonna do about 5 seconds. Roll it over, roll it over. That should be good there. We'll let that sit and cool off. And then we've got this one. For next time, we'll just kind of shrink wrap this. And if you do this too much, it gets a hard end on it, and you can't crimp an aglet around it. But we'll slide that out of the way. Let that cool off over there. Now we've got our lace. So for these aglets, I am using the chrome ones in the middle. So we just need 2 of these. And I could have gone with any one of these colors, but we're gonna cover it up anyway. So my kid said he wanted the chrome ones. There's a chrome one. Not that he's gonna wear these boots or anything, but it just slides right here in the end, and you push it into place, and there it is. It's right in the end of the aglet. Can you see that? Yeah, there you go. And what I found worked best is to start on this end, and we're gonna start with our pliers here, and I'm gonna stand up just to get a little better angle on it, and we're gonna try to close in this end just a little bit, nice and easy. We're gonna bring in the sides. Now that the end is started, we can bring in the rest of it a little bit. Start bringing in the top. And it's already pretty well captured, but we're gonna get the shape started, and then we're gonna finish it off with the other pliers. So now the trick with these is to bring your aglet in to where it's right by the zip ties and start on one end, and you see how it just crimps it, and it kind of makes a round shape around it. And if you get too far on one side, you can just stop and start again. But this gives you the variable pressure that you need to be able to close them securely and roundly. Because that's the whole thing, is if you just use regular pliers, you won't get any roundness to them. And my foam fell off. Oh my goodness, what am I ever to do? Foam goes on the outside. I mean, this tool cost me nothing because I had foam and zip ties laying around, but the actual tool for aglet crimping is $35 to $50 on Amazon of all places. And I was like, nope, I'm not spending that kind of money. It's just not needed. And that is pretty good right there. We've got a nice crimp on it. It's nice and round. So we'll set that aside. We'll get the other one. And this one looks pretty good too. We've got our chrome aglet here. Again, we're just gonna slide in the end and it pops into place. And then we start with our needle nose and we give it a little bit of a crimp. And if you're gentle, ease into the pressure. It doesn't take too long and you get a pretty good finished product. So we're gonna start folding that one over. There we go. We'll get the bottom started and the sides. And then we can just bring the top down with the top bottom like that. Bring them in. And then we get our makeshift tool here and we'll bring it right to the end and voila. Nice round crimp. And you can move the aglet to wherever you need the pressure to be. So you see the aglet, it's just barely wider than the pliers. So I get a really good crimp and it keeps its shape for the most part. We want to get this bottom. So see, I'm going to slide the bottom out a little bit. There you go. And then I need it flatter. So I'm just going to go bing, bang, boom. And it's flatter. It's too flat. Yeah, look at that. It's not even really catching on my thumb. Man, it gets easier with a little bit of practice. I really recommend doing a practice test. I mean, I just cut a few inches here and I put aglets on. This was my first go at it and it didn't turn out too bad. And now the more I do it, the better they turn out. And these aren't going anywhere, right? So now it's done. Now we need our electrical tape and we're gonna need our cutting pliers. We got them right here. And I'm just gonna grab the edge here and I'm gonna get about an inch worth. And then we're just gonna cut right about there. We only need to go around each end a couple of times, right? And I'm gonna stick it on, and there you go. So the reason I wanted this electrical tape on here is because these things are gonna be on my bike, and I don't want to have an errant boot lace go over and hit the chrome or the metal on my bike. So I just figured I would protect them a little bit. I'm gonna heat that up and then kind of shape it around the end a little bit. And there you go. That's one done. Let's get the other one done. Just need a little bit of tape. And it's funny, I have been thinking about doing this project for like 2 years now. I bought this stuff. I mean, this PARACORD is like the same color as my Street Glide was, because I was gonna do it when I still had the Street Glide, but I've since gotten rid of that. I got a Road Glide. Did you see that video? Good video. If you like motorcycles, then you'll love that video, because it's just the unabashed new love of a new motorcycle and the experience of riding it home brand new from the dealer. You're probably not supposed to do this either, heating up electrical tape, but I'm doing it anyway. And now all the chrome is covered on the aglet. So now the aglets are on there, they're not going anywhere. Time to lace up the boot, right? So what's this all about, eh? So I'm just gonna lace them up the same way that they were laced in. So in to out, 1, 2, 3, fourth crossover goes through there. Yep, look at that naked boot. There's no laces on the boot. No laces, you see that? But it's got this handy little Harley emblem here. Harley emblem. We're gonna strip that out. Let's get both of these laces out of our way, drop them off to the side. And you wanna make sure that this faces forward and this goes right through here, pops through the other side. We can just about make sure that they're even. I love this top-down camera angle. It's very cool. The video is, I don't know where the video is. There's a video on screen now of how I did that. But when I record, it's backwards. So all the footage has to be rotated 180 degrees. It's just the way it works. No big deal. You know what? We can zoom in. Watch this. And then hit our record button and get it focused. There we go. Look, see, now I can show you details. So that's the aglets, right? And this is what the aglets look like. Look at that. Ooh, yeah, shiny details. I probably should have zoomed in earlier, but I did not. We'll zoom back out. Okay. So now we've got them fairly well evened, and I'm just gonna lace them up, making sure that the Harley logo is facing forward. So this side goes in through the right. And if you're wondering why I would record such a video, it's because I saw enough how to do this videos on YouTube that didn't actually explain how to do it and proper techniques. I mean, not that this tool is proper, but techniques you can use with the improper tool to get the job done. So I figured I'd make my own. Now I want to make sure, yep, they're not quite even, so I need more on this one. Look at that. Got them really close to each other. So that was a fun little winter project, right? Check it out. I've got 2 boots with shiny new laces. I'm gonna shine them up now. I think I should do that. This leather has never been treated in the 4.5 years I've had these boots. Look at that. Oh, that is so cool. And the little thing always flips over. That's no big deal. But yep, it's time to shine them up. And I'm ready for riding season. So now's, you know, it's still winter, hopefully, when you're watching this. And if you're not, it's summertime and yeah, you should be out riding, but these laces needed replacing. So I just had to do it. And it ended up being pretty cheap. I honestly forget what this cost me, but it wasn't more than a few bucks. I mean, I think it was cheaper to buy the materials than it was to buy laces. And I couldn't find laces easily. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Hopefully now you know how to put aglets, and that is the correct term, the ends of laces. Hopefully now you know how to put aglets on your own laces and make your own laces out of paracord. I mean, how cool is that? Paracord, it's really useful. And if you're still watching, this video idea, the genesis for it was I was watching a movie on Amazon Prime a couple years ago, and somebody got captured, and the way they escaped was they had paracord boot laces that they then used to cut themselves free somehow. I forget how, whiskey may have been involved, but if you know what movie I'm talking about or want to take a guess, leave the name down below. That way I'll know you're watching until the end of the video too. Anyway, I hope you're having a great day. Don't forget your 2 mantras and go watch that video next. 1, you have a 100% track record of making it through a bad day. And 2, do something nice for yourself every day. Maybe it's making matching boot laces for your motorcycle boots to match your motorcycle. Bye.